So there's a pandemic going around, and it's called lack of sleep. A lot of guys, a lot of girls, they're having trouble lately relaxing and going to bed at night. And I've had this happen for myself for the past couple weeks, where haven't really been able to relax at the end of the day and fall asleep and wake up feeling rested the next day. So I did a little bit of soul searching. I did a little bit of stoic thought on why this could be, and I figured it out for myself. My sleep's starting to come back. I'm starting to feel more relaxed with things. And this will really, really help out those that are super ambitious, but it's also going to help out people that may be ambitious but don't even know it yet. And that was me back like 3 or 4 years ago. I was ambitious and I didn't really realize that I was. Just a lot of things were messing up my brain and just a lot of uncertainties, and when it came down to it, no structure. So let's get you guys some structure. Let's undig the mysteries of why you might not be able to relax at the end of the day. So let's get into this. So I believe when you're laying in bed at night and you can't go to bed, I believe that's because there's still things going on inside this thing up here, your brain, that you haven't really figured out yet and haven't worked through. So what I have done lately for myself is I really locked in, what do I want to have for my mission for the rest of my life? And as a mission, like my work that I feel impacts a lot of people and impacts myself, makes myself feel alive, something that's rewarding to do. You need to figure that thing out, that thing that you want to really dig deep into and be really good at, and make a name for yourself. Because deep down inside, all of us want that one thing. Just sometimes it seems too hard to accomplish, so we just give it up and we're like, it's all right working retail, it's okay, I don't mind it. You don't mind it now, but in like 20 years from now, when you're still doing that thing and barely making decent money, how are you going to feel then? So we don't want to risk that. We want to find out what we truly want to do. If we had 100% choice, we could just zap ourselves in and do that thing and make good money. What would that thing be? So that's number one. Let's figure that out. Once you figure that out, let's go to number two. Number two, once you figure that out, is we need to figure out how to get there. We need to figure out how to get to that thing. So the quickest way is to find someone that's already doing that thing and buy a course from them and start doing that and work towards doing that for yourself. Learn more about that skill, like the skills needed to do that thing, and really start there. There's two options. You can buy a course or you can learn directly from a mentor. So I have mentorship down in the description down below, and I have a book that you can just read through and it'll give you a lot more clarity on this stuff. So either one is totally recommended. So you can check those out down there. No pressure. Let's get back into it here. So you have to start working towards getting there. And then once you start working towards getting there, it's gonna give you so much peace because you're gonna feel like you have control. And when you have control and you're working towards it, learning, then we need to structure your day so you can hit all the non-negotiables to get to that thing. So think of, say you want to be a content creator. What does a content creator need to do every day to be successful, to bring clients in, to sell the books, whatever you're doing, whatever your product is? Figure out those non-negotiables and write them down on a whiteboard, mine's up there, or a piece of paper, and put it on your wall so you see it every day. Mine's up there right in the open. Everyone can see it, I can see it, we know where it is. And then we work on those things every single day and never miss, and it's gonna lead you right to the goals that you want to accomplish. So that's number 2. And then we're gonna finish it off with number 3, because when you're doing all these things, keep it as simple as possible. That's why I try to break it down to 3 things in each video. You're gonna find a lot of these videos only have 3 things. So that's the key, keeping this simple so you make change and you actually hit the things, you build, because when you hit all these markers, you build confidence within yourself. And when you're confident, you can do anything, guys. I believe in you. You can do anything. So once you have those 2 things, the third thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take those non-negotiables that you need to do each day and lock it in even further with an automated system where if you don't know what to do, if you're lost, if you're not sure you did everything that you could do in that day, you ask either a physical assistant, which usually, hiring an actual assistant comes later on in the business. So if you're not up to that level yet, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna use AI to be your assistant, because it's a more cost-effective way when you're starting out. It's only, what I'm using right now is I'm using Claude AI. That's a really good one. I'm using that. I was using the free plan, but for the amount of usage that I do, I have to pay for it. So that works out to, I'm in Canada, and it works out to about 28 bucks Canadian, I think. So, if you can afford that, then it's a superpower. And what I've done is I've trained mine so it's even smarter than what you'd get right out of the box starting it up for yourself. So if you want to learn how to make your Claude AI even smarter, just comment down in the comments and I'll help you out, bro. But once you get your assistant in either AI form or physical form, it'll help the process so much because you just have it automated. It'll be like, oh, what do I do next? You're not sure? Just say, what do I do next? And then boom, it'll tell you. So it alleviates the worry of everything. And that way, and you can just relax, take a deep breath, and get the stuff done, keeping your creativity intact, because unnecessary stress and anxiety will crush creativity just like you don't even have it. Your creativity will just be gone, or just not as intact. It won't be as powerful. We want our creativity to be intact and powerful, so we eliminate as many things as we can so we just focus on the creativity. That's the goal. So have those 3 things locked in, and if you do those 3 things and go through that process, and you know what, you don't need to do these 3 things in the aim of being the most successful person in the world, the most influential person in the world. You can use these things just in the simplest forms and just change your life. Use it in the way to change your life in any area that you're worried about. And once you have these things locked in for yourself, then, in any way that you need to use it, once you get to the end of the day, you can rest assured knowing that you've done all you can do to change your life in the way that you need it. You can lay back, unwind, and enjoy the night, and let yourself relax after a long, hard day's work. And I'm willing to bet, do that long enough, you'll have a way better sleep than you're having right now. So if you got something out of that video, click a thumbs up. If you want to stay a while, subscribe, because I put 5 videos out every week. You don't want to miss these things. I'll see you guys in the next one.